Welcome back. As you can see, we're not on Rainbow Fish right now. We're on Harv's Island. Harv's Island was one of those places I really didn't understand at first, and I know some people still find it boring, don't really know what it's for, but I have found ways to be very creative here. I have a lot of fun at Harv's Island now. I am going to put up some examples of the kind of stuff that I've done. Here's some examples of just like random ideas that I had that I wanted to do just for fun, either recreating things I've seen or just having to do an idea that I couldn't get out of my head. I also really like to use it for what I call family pictures, which is just when I have a group that I like, or a theme of villagers, or for holidays. I like to do those. But what we're going to be doing today is what I like to call goodbye photo shoots, which is when I just do a themed photo shoot with a villager before I let them leave. And I'll put up some examples here of ones I've done before. So I'm going to take you through my process from start to finish for how I do one of these photo shoots. And if that sounds like something you're interested in, or if you have just been looking for a way to use Harv's, keep on watching. So I'm actually really glad that this is the one that I'm showing you, because I didn't have any idea what I wanted to do for Opal's photo shoot. So what I do when I don't have an idea is I just like to start with wallpaper, and what I do is I just kind of look through and see if anything sort of jogs an idea, and I start from there. So I saw the shoji screen wallpaper and it kind of made me think of like a spa, and I knew I wanted to use that cypress bath, so that was kind of one of those things that immediately came to mind once I saw a wallpaper. So I decided to go with a spa day for me and Opal, put us in some little towels, kind of went back and forth on the colors a little bit, so a little bit of waffling. Wallpapers, floorings, and outfits are great ways to come up with an idea if you don't already have one. Obviously, there's tons of different costumes and a lot of clothing items in the game, so there's a lot to choose from. The next thing I like to do is pretty much go through all of the items I have and just pull out anything, literally anything that might go with a color scheme I have in my mind, or anything that's even like partially related. I was kind of thinking like whites, light browns, and maybe some greens. So here's just me pulling out everything that could possibly be related to the theme, even a little bit. And you don't end up using everything that you pull out, but it's nice just to get everything out so that you can see it. A lot of times going through all your items are where a lot of good ideas come from. So again, at this point, I really don't know what kind of look I'm going for. I'm just pulling out anything that catches my eye. And one of the things I think really make these type of sets, one of the things that really catches people's eyes, like when I share the pictures on Twitter and stuff, is the level of detail. Obviously, there are some that are really simple. When I did the tea time with Kabuki and the sledding with Sprinkle and the beach day with Bones, those are really simple, really limited items, especially the sledding with Sprinkle. It was literally 2 sleds in the room. But sometimes they're really simple, but a lot of times I've found the ones that really kind of stand out are the ones with like incredible level of detail, which is why I spend like an hour doing these. And obviously, I mean, it's just for fun. You spend your time how you want to spend your time, but this is what I like to do. I think that those little details are really what sell it. They're what turn people's heads. They're what make people kind of look twice. They're what make people appreciate it, I think. So no level of detail is too small, in my opinion. Again, just pull out anything, everything. Just get it all out there. Make decisions later. Like, will we need a banana smoothie? I'm not sure, but I'd love to be able to eventually rule it out rather than never try out the possibility. Of course, gotta have rat and towel baskets. I think I've said before in a video, I just want to put them in every build. I don't know what it is about those little baskets, but I think they belong in every build, but they especially belong in a spa. I didn't do a whole lot of wall-mounted stuff, but it is usually a nice way to add little details as well. You can build vertically as opposed to just across the floor. You should also take into account that not all builds have to be a full room. Depending on the angle of the camera, sometimes it's just a corner of the room that you're getting. So you don't have to worry about decorating all 4 walls. You probably don't even have to worry about decorating more than a corner of 2 walls, depending on what your camera angle is going to be. So take all that into account. And I can't say enough. In this stage here, there are no bad ideas. So just put everything out that could even possibly be related to it and rule it out later. Way better to have too much than not enough. Clothing items on walls are another thing that's easy to forget, but definitely add another level of detail to a room, and helps you again expand vertically rather than just across the floor. So now it's time to get to kind of eliminating things that you know you don't want. So right off the bat, I was like, okay, pair bed out of here. I usually find that after I go through all the items, I have a better idea than when I started of the kind of color schemes I'm going for, the layout I'm kind of wanting. Every step brings you a little bit closer to the development of your vision. And then of course you have to, create the vision, but coming up with the idea is half the battle, and all these steps sort of push you in that direction. So it's totally normal to be halfway through this process and only now coming up with, the exact ideas that you want. Ideas come at sort of every stage of this process, and you just kind of have to go with it. And they build off of each other too. So one idea leads to another, which leads to another, which leads to another, and you just have to follow those trails. And when it's all sped up like this, it does look like I know exactly what I want from the very beginning. But the reality of it is that I didn't know that I wanted those benches to be with the sauna until I put the sauna down in that corner. And then obviously they need someplace to sit. I pulled out these benches because I like the way they look. So now they're going to be in this area. It's the kind of thing that just happens again and again, where design ideas and choices just build upon each other. And it's always, and it's fun when you get on a roll like that. Rugs and simple panels, especially the wooden deck rugs, are great ways to section off space within a room. And this goes for interior design in your houses and stuff too. It's always a good, it's not a new tip obviously, but it's always a good one. And I don't think you can access the custom designs portal when you're at Harv's Island. So sometimes I've really wanted a design for something, and actually gone back to the island so I can download a design and then use it at Harv's. Custom designs are of course always a great tool in any sort of design adventure with Animal Crossing, but you just have to either be prepared for them or be willing to fly back and get them. So here's an example of when I made the decision about where my camera angle was going to be. Because of the way that the simple panels are only half a space, and so there's a little bit of extra wooden deck rug left over on the other side. But if you look at it from this angle, you can't really see that. So here's where I decide that that's where I'm going to take my picture from, and that helps make the decision that it's okay to leave that little extra bit of wooden deck rug sticking out, even though it doesn't look that good when you look at it from that side. If you're taking the picture from this side, it doesn't matter. I was kind of envisioning sort of a low light situation with only a couple little lamps to illuminate the set, but because the shoji screens, everything is just so bright. So here's me just playing with the lights and kind of figuring out that wasn't going to work, and just kind of accepting that it was going to be a little bit brighter than I had originally anticipated. So now I kind of have two corners that I really like. I like the tub and I like the sauna, and it's just kind of figuring out everything else. And in some cases, depending on what angle you're taking the photo from, two corners of the room is enough. You don't need anything else. So if you only have two corners of ideas, zoom in a little bit. So at this point, I have the general idea of where everything's going to be set up. I'm just figuring out little details. And you'll see that I'm always kind of moving the camera back to where I know I'm going to take the picture from and checking it out from that angle. So this is what I call like the fiddling stage, where it's just lots of little things and it's like back and forth, over here, over there, over here, over here with one item. And even though it is fiddly, it's worth it, because this is the stage where you're making those little changes, those little choices that are bringing things together in the end. I just had to have those little bobas in there. They're so cute. You can barely see them in the final product, but they're just too cute. Then it was time to take places. I actually took 2 versions of the photo, one when we're both on the benches and one where I'm in the sauna, and I don't know which one I like better. And then I was playing with camera angles to kind of see where to put the boba so that I could still get it but be kind of as zoomed in as I want it to be. And then here's the actual picture taking process. Because you have to turn the camera on from where you want the camera angle to be and then find your place. In certain sets that this part is a little bit more difficult. It means that you can't be in a spot you can't get to by walking, basically. Like you can't be on the other side of a counter if the counter is totally blocked off. That kind of thing you have to take into account, because you want to be able to get the camera angle you want, but you have to set that camera angle yourself with your character. So I did some takes with me in the sauna as well. I actually used the sniff reaction just because the final pose of the sniff reaction just looks really relaxed. Of course, it's always important to make sure you got the shot that you want. Check your album, go through all of them, make sure that you like the way that the picture looks before you leave, before you take down the set. Make sure you got the shot. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with this video. If you'd like to see the process of more goodbye photo shoots, let me know and I'll be sure to record them next time I do one. If you'd like to follow me on Twitter, you can at Pocket of Fish. I post game photos, react to news like what we got today, that Brewster is coming. Very excited about that. This is my first Animal Crossing game, so the only thing I really know about Brewster is from the Animal Crossing movie, but I'm very excited. So if you enjoyed, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see next. Let me know what you use Harv's Island for. And until next time, I'll see you later.